Hi, my name's Ella. I'm joining you from Melbourne, Australia, from the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri people in the Eastern Kulin Nation. I'm also joining you from an apartment in lockdown, so apologies if my neighbours make some cameos. I'm going to read 4 poems. A few of them are from my book Slowlier, which came out at the start of this year, from Cordite Books. The first poem is called Impalpable Sugar. 1. A fence bends space out of jurisdiction, and between them they have decided that this square of road will be defended. Partake of the hedge, the slanted polyps, oppress in skewed vision as they sell the village back to us. Buildings in their gleaming carapaces, light brutalism and a car's insistent nuzzle. Most people just want to relax. Rubber bullets, balls of wool at bottled velocity. Do you miss the concordance or the concrete? Faces snarl in heavy consequence. The guard breaks open a cigarette as they wait on outcomes from instigated bans, willfully inoperable locks. It's only right for the wire to give onto our pneumatic reality, this attenuated smoke in an unwavering instant. Our project lines its own pockets. 2. Headlines coalesce in the undocumented territory of the palm. Excised from the dossier, 20 mouthfuls of water to prove a hypothesis. Rode a motorbike into the exculpated future, not a congeries but a union of rats and eels. In the aquatic and subcutaneous logic, wrong ratchet makes Ducati jigsaw. You hold live wires and crack them like a whip. An idiot lectures me about my gait. I have to find a way to walk cloaked, less iterative. Some days are a soft precipice, personal surfaces I cannot be fucked achieving, those furred bounds of diminished vocabulary. Dark wood bowls of static exonerate an eponymous lead. Tuned to the constant hum, at such times each piece of undying plastic can be regarded as a co-traveller in the nosedive to faceted sleep. Cannulate, shift my humours, odour, floral, a fact, the details stripped like plasma, sent in faultless loops. Spend time, but do not pass it. 3. I have friends who could use some leisure, I guess. Morning knocks on the ceiling to tell you of winter's wet floor. Have another go at the messianic storage solution. Modernist Mammoth's Attack is playing at the North Coburg Drive-In. Creme de Violet Pala. You celebrate milestones with scenic buttercream. A spiteful cosplay of national deniability plays out by the by. Unsubscribe with great enthusiasm from an earnest brochure lurking beside a liverish stone. Barefoot, as if to say naive. Barefoot, as if to say the gentle lap of idle and sea foam. It's trash. It's psychos in gelato raincoats. It's latte art. Hop a cross-country ferry from where you wrote the letters. I took a snapshot of the sign that says, "We never close." And it's true. We never do. This next poem is a newer poem that is loosely or partly about the history of the textile industry in Eastern Victoria. It's called For the Doffettes. Reams and spools endlessly carding the off-putting mixture of olive and mustard. Weft inch and the cold outside the door pulled soft so as not to wake the household. The threads thicken to a surface of yarn, blankets, screens, places to hold a dropped-out dreamscape, childhood sites of humiliation or triumph. Sorry about the claggy air. Sometimes I think it's the land the factory occupies or the tasks that start after punch-out. There is specific and technical beauty in artificial silk, braids, carpets, commissioned dyeing, bleaching and finishing, cotton, cotton wool, elastic webbing, embroidery, felt wool and or fibre, filament yarns, flax, hosiery, knitting, craft paper yarns, labels, lace, man-made fibres, mercerizing, narrow fabrics, printing of textiles, pure silk, quilting, ribbons, sanitary pads and belts, synthetic fibres and yarns, tassels, textile waste and flock, trimmings, wadding, webbing tapes, woolen and worsted. On the page, the frayed ends question our motives. Does the invocation swindle the working bodies of the real hours? Can the glossary really bear witness in code effort? The thing is, I'm no doffing mistress, trying to wind out lost parallels while time moves like a fable. 2 chambers of magnetized plastic, uncoiling 3 decades to a municipal hall, a performance by the Sisters of Endless Production, with light supper included. Do you know or do you not how the spine curves like a bent needle caught in terylene? The Doffettes are singing together, moving in the odd quiet of 2 a.m, less observed, sleep-heavy, unromantic. How many more doffs will I have to do today? The guitar is unexpectedly jaunty, frente jangle from just before the funds dried up. A 15-piece backing ensemble collectively authors the story of their labours. Their children choreograph a dance which mimics the movements of factory machines. From here, the compromised space of mere expression looks capacious. The songs are about the work everyone did, how it was hard and tiring, and they gathered to sing the songs together. In the spinning mills, I'm looking for someone who remembers what it looked like. A rare moment of snatched ease, an inch of give in the seams, the clanks and shouts of moving limbs together and differently. This one is called Rhinestone. The horse comes. You can call it with a whistle, a kind of dog call, zoeotroping through those twisted paths of horseback arrival. Do good things ever greet us from the saddle? When it arrives, it's tiny, a toy horse filled with other horses, but still frightening. I don't want the sticker set, the tiny brush for brushing tiny manes. In ride and tie, 3 equal partners alternate running and riding, which is one way of figuring it out. Tammy, Dolly and Loretta in heroic white satin, some alone time with the crimper, a suit of light. You look like a honky-tonk angel. Salt in the sequins, chemistry before the microphone. It's a special ritual, a time of day. Say, where can a gal get a hold of the lasso, this hankering to frame myself in burning figure eights? Glenn trots out slow, his pants are nice, but I get the sense he doesn't feel at home in the saddle. His horse gets the lion's share of cards and letters. What are the compromises leading to the wobbled sky, load hitched to the donkey? Be a woman and act like one. Crystals gathered in Kitschwasser, Tyrolean fantasy pills of vacuum-sputtered metallic coating splashing along the riverbed. Long skirts tangle in the hooves, soft leather pantaloons for an equestrian, undergoing therapy in the paddocks. Way into hot fix bedazzling. And this last poem is called Brigandage. We live in a first-floor door-banger's delight. The transport is abundant. There's groggy currency and a number of creaks on a perpendicular street. All the shrubs resemble bent bodies, weary or in pain. In the evenings, I leave humps of clothing in the shape of well-known mountains. You must meet the world in the face you have to redirect the sad memoir, worse than chips. Speaking in locked rooms, her kink is an old law, undeciphered. Wimple, just the word. I pause the frame as you yawn. Maximum access request. Our needs are orchestrated in logistics centres, farewelled on long shoots. A line in the talismanic notebook says, "World's a workplace, fuck, fuck, fuck." The angry brows of a texter frown, stain 3 subsequent pages. No one takes your concerns about the product you bought seriously. Burnt cinnamon flecks of night, O funny apparatus of life, hairballs of roots without purchase, writhing on crackery topsoil. Inertia settles peace. Underwater, I can see in both directions, wearing atavistic robes. The ocean bestows beauty on its swimmers. In this film, a very rich family dance to calypso work songs. The capsule has travelled through contexts. Weekend arts discourse, hashed switchblade deals, plus the price of painting. Curation won't build a debtless world. Gestures stand for gestures. A flower enters when I have run out of notions, splinters in an ordained view. What I mean is grow love, genuflect at forbearance, underbellies in yoky flight, and the rank and file creatures of brushed nectar that permit us to join them. Thanks very much for having me, Prague Micro Festival.